It's Tuesday morning, late April 2021, and adventure is afoot. I'm making coffee in the Utah backcountry somewhere between Moab and Colorado. The weather the past couple days has been lame. Yesterday was extremely windy and overcast, and today the air is calm, but it's rainy and drizzly. Still, that's not going to stop us from doing some exploring. Alright, I'm going to clean up my mess here, and then we'll get the show on the road. Taking them down to 15 all around. "15 psi" according to my pen gauge, which I don't think is very accurate. When I get in the Jeep, my tire pressure monitoring system says 17, 18 psi. So that's probably closer to reality. Disconnect the sway bar. Off we go. I just got passed by 5 dirt bikes and a side-by-side. I think I'm on a popular route. I very seldom know where I am unless the trail is very well marked. And more often than not, they're not named on Gaia GPS, it just might be Forest Road 325. And only later I find out that that was a popular thoroughfare. I'm exaggerating, but I could find myself on the Rubicon Trail and I might not know it until after the fact. I'm not sure if that's my track or not, although it looks sort of steep from this angle, and of course the rain picked up again. I'm just gonna have to go down there and evaluate it. I don't know about this climb. What I do know is that 5 bikes and a side-by-side just came down. But it might be too sketchy for a solo act, so I'm gonna head up there on foot and check it out. Can't do it. Well, I don't like the word can't. Shouldn't do it. Absolutely should not do it. There would absolutely be no margin for error, and the stakes for something like this are way too high. So I'm going to have to gracefully bow out. find another way. It used to be harder to tear myself away from challenges like this, but I just think, you know, if I go back and just go a different way, I won't be injured, I'm not going to break RNG, I'll be able to cover more ground and see more of the landscape, and I'll be able to enjoy a cold beverage at camp tonight without consequence. So that helps me walk away. There's still dark clouds on the way. I'm at a higher elevation now. I'm gonna see if I can go up here into this rock, get a weather forecast. I had a break in the clouds a moment ago, but I'm losing that really fast. I got a blip of cell service, not enough for a detailed forecast, but looks like it's going to be on and off like this for the rest of the day. Thursday and Friday are supposed to be beautiful. Dark clouds coming. Up until now, I didn't have any issues with the conditions being wet. The ground has been very hard, rocky, plenty of traction. It is 3:43 p.m. and I'm about 6 miles into a 12-mile track that appears to be a dead-end spur. I am profoundly curious about what I might find at the end of the track. Except since it's a dead end, there's still precipitation looming and the track is getting a little bit soft. I have decided to turn around and work my way back to terra firma. this'll do for the night. Dinner inside the Jeep tonight. I am making hot dogs. The weather should be a bit better tomorrow. I'm expecting it to be partly cloudy, a little bit warmer, and also dry. I'm pretty sure the rain is moving east. Cheese dogs. And I know what you're thinking, but it is 7 p.m. and I haven't had anything to eat today. Forgot to eat. I thought about it around noon, but then I got distracted by a track. That's usually what happens. Also, if you watch Venture Forward, you probably noticed that I shaved this past weekend. I didn't intend to shave quite this close. I accidentally shaved a stripe into my chin with the clippers. And after that, I was like, well, now I don't really have a choice. I have to shave the rest to make it even. So unintentionally close shave. It'll grow back soon. But on the plus side, now I can feel when I have sour cream on my face. It's Wednesday morning in eastern Utah. I'm up at 7,400 feet, and there was a bit of a chill in the air last night. This debris that you're looking at here has a coating of frost on it. I looked out the camper window. I thought it was snow at first. Every morning before I rush off an RNG, I like to pause and take it all in, just to make sure that I don't take moments or places like this for granted. Alright. The sun. This place is no more than an arbitrary set of coordinates in Utah's backcountry. But every place has history, every place is special, and every place yields its own set of fond memories. A nice dispersed camping spot in Manti-La National Forest at about 8,000 feet even. I love being in the tall pines, but these are usually at higher elevation, which means I don't spend too much time in this type of setting during the cold season. Right now, at the end of April, there are still some patches of snow here and there, but warm weather is well on its way. I am making my way toward the Colorado border via backcountry. And in true Venture Forward fashion, I did not research a route. I'm pretty sure it's possible, but I'm just following tracks on Gaia GPS. There's another really nice campsite. Oh wow. Spot. Wow, 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 A+ campsite. I wish I found it last night. It's 10:30 in the morning. Unfortunately, I can't stay there tonight. It is later in the week and there's a place that I need to be. But sometime soon, I am absolutely coming back to this very spot and I'm going to stick around a little bit. I just crossed into Colorado. It is 12:45 p.m. and now I'm on the lookout for a campsite, a good place to spend the night. I'm not expecting to find a campsite right away. That's why I'm starting this early, to give myself plenty of time. I'd like to find a charming site that offers some shelter from the wind at a slightly lower elevation. Right now I'm at 7,100 feet. And descending. Found a superb dispersed campsite in BLM land in Colorado, about 3,000 feet lower than I started this morning. I'm right up against the river, and I'm making spaghetti for dinner. I forgot that I had spaghetti in the Jeep, so I'm famished. That's what it's gonna be. I'm loading up the Prego with spinach for some of that pure spinach goodness. It's warm enough out that I've got my window open, and I get to listen to the river tonight. Today was all about epic campsites. Right off the bat, I found one campsite after another in Utah, in Manti-La National Forest, and now this wonderful site by the river in Colorado. About a quarter mile upstream, there's a large clear area with porta-johns and a number of campers and RVs already there. So this spot isn't as secluded as the other one that I really liked today. Well, this week I encountered terrain that wasn't necessarily appropriate for my Jeep as it's configured. After the past 4 years of exploring BLM roads and forest roads all around the country and even up into Canada, I found that a Jeep Wrangler Unlimited equipped with a 3.5-inch suspension lift and 35-inch tires gives you ample ground clearance to explore 95% of America's primitive roads. In fact, you don't need any of this to go out and enjoy exploring in your vehicle. But a certain amount of ground clearance does allow you to be more relaxed when you're out on the trail, and it grants you peace of mind when you look at the road ahead and it's laden with rocks. A couple other modifications that come into play a lot that allow me to go farther, that would be the sway bar disconnect. The Evo Manufacturing No Limits On Demand pneumatic sway bar actuator that I got for the Rubicon sway bar system has been phenomenal. It works quickly and reliably. It's disconnected from the Jeep's computer, so I can use it in any circumstance, and I don't have to worry about all of my electronics going haywire when it gets wet, which happened on multiple occasions with the electronic sway bar actuator from the factory. The only thing that I don't like about my sway bar disconnect setup, and this is totally superficial, not functional. Functionally, it's great. I want to redo the layout of the switches on my dashboard. Right now, the air compressor switch and the sway bar disconnect switch are just awkwardly placed by my right knee. They're not labeled. Anyone who's unfamiliar with RNG isn't going to know what those switches are for. I want to relocate them to a labeled switch pod or something like that that's a little bit more elegant. Also, my Long Range America auxiliary gas tank. My experience with the auxiliary gas tank hasn't been perfect. Keep in mind that if you do that, it's an invasive modification. You have to cut existing fuel system components out and put in new fuel system components. It's likely, after you install the system, that you'll have some bugs to work out. Maybe the tanks aren't breathing, maybe you have an occasional trouble code. It's also quite possible that you'll install it and everything will go swimmingly. But I absolutely love having it. It boosted my range to over 500 miles per fill-up. I can replenish the fuel in my factory tank with a touch of a button, and I can wander for miles and miles and not really have to worry. It's Thursday afternoon and I'm back on pavement. I'm gonna call that a wrap for the week. I have a place to be this weekend. I'm on my way to my girlfriend Shannon's apartment to help her move out. She's gonna move into the Winnebago Revel full time, and then we're gonna travel together in tandem in both vehicles, the Revel and Darngy. We already gave this a trial run earlier this year and it worked out great. I would travel on RNG throughout the week, and then at the end of the week, I would return to the Winnebago as a sort of base camp. I hope you all enjoyed this week's adventure. I have to say that the backcountry route from eastern Utah, Moab specifically, into Colorado is beautiful. There's a huge variety of scenery, there's a lot of phenomenal dispersed camping opportunities. It's a highly recommended backcountry experience. Thanks for following along, and I will catch up with you again next week.